You see their teachers walking around with these hanging on their back.
They've had school shootings since then, and the casualties have only been 1 or 2 people, plus the shooter ends up dead. Plus simply knowing that
I wasn't aware of it. I'm a little disturbed, as I'm certain you are, that tragedies like this happen in areas never intended to. No one considers that as a problem,
right?
And now it's become a problem.
That church shooting, that was a very small community. The shooter ended up being engaged by someone with an AR-15. Unfortunately, he was not in the church to immediately engage the guy and stop the shooting sooner. But because he engaged the guy, there were a few survivors in the church, and the guy ended up committing suicide because he was already injured.
Yeah, you know, I believe if the right person is in the right place and is trained, there are family members in the family are married, and a couple of the women have guns. I don't know this as a fact, but I don't know that I feel secure with her using the gun. I don't think she's safe.
I don't remember what state it was. A woman had applied for her permit to buy a gun, and while waiting for that to be approved, she was applying for it because her ex was abusive, had threatened her. While she was waiting to get approved, he came and killed her. So the background check, or the waiting period that you're suggesting, there's evidence that it actually cost this woman her life.
There's always going to be an argument on the other side, always. You know, we're both in
I don't know
in agreement that there really isn't an answer. There certainly isn't an easy answer.
I haven't heard of, I mean, Wisconsin used to have the 48-hour waiting period for handguns. They've gotten rid of it 3-4 years ago, I think it was. I think it was about 3 years ago. I haven't heard of anybody since that law passed buying a handgun and within 48 hours going and killing someone. So I don't see how the waiting period is detrimental to the removal of the waiting period. Hasn't been detrimental to anyone, at least that I've known. I haven't seen any news stories where, you know, there's no waiting period, the person bought a gun and went out and killed somebody. And if someone's so
your answer then for the, I mean, I'm going to go visit with family members.
That's fine.
Is that the only real answer is to make sure that in certain places there should be someone who's armed.
Yes.
Those places being,
I believe,
schools,
any public place should be allowed to carry a firearm.
So at a Packers game, schools, churches, shopping malls.
Yep. I carry
strip
mine
malls.
wherever I go. I carry mine. If it's no carry, I carry. I always have my gun.
Well, you just can't take it in and no carry. That's all.
I take it anywhere.
If it's posted on there.
If it says no guns, I carry. Because that's.
I just don't give that business my money. I just don't give that business my money.
Nope.
I believe private businesses should have the right to post. Most Pizza Huts I know post. That's their right. It's their private business. I choose not to give them my money.
Who you vote for.
Now,
Trump supporter.
as far as public, city hall,
you can't bring them.
Schools, city halls you can.
I was going to say,
unless they actually post the building. I don't believe they should be able to post the building because it is paid for by the taxpayer, and the Constitution says we have the right to carry firearms for self-defense. They can't guarantee my safety in City Hall because SCOTUS has ruled police aren't responsible for my safety. I'm responsible for my safety. I should be able to carry that.
Responsible for your safety. That's an interesting one. You mentioned that early on in the conversation.
I don't remember the exact Supreme Court case,
that's really,
but there are a few.
Curiosity.
I've posted the case. I can't remember which one it is right off the top of my head. If you go into Google, just type police not liable for personal safety?
No, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go down to City Hall and see if I can get an answer. You know, get it printed. Show
I
me
just
what,
came over to say hi, and I'm glad you came out and showed your support. And if you're ever interested, we are the 3%ers, Wisconsin Division, if you know what they are, I'm sure. And I also a member of the Oath Keepers. And we meet in Cambria, Wisconsin. Are you interested in anything like that?
I can find you on Facebook.
Yep.
So,
Facebook.
Yeah.
if it's still in existence
I'm not
after
being
Zuckerberg gets
filmed,
done.
am I? Your battery looks dead.
It's getting close to being dead.
Huh?
It's getting close to being dead.
Were you filming me?
Yes, it's filming that way. Anything that happens.
Oh, okay, but you're not going to post my conversation with you anywhere.
I might post a little bit, but
With
it all depends on
and where?
YouTube.
I would prefer you didn't.
I will
Respect
consider
my
that.
privacy, because we've had an adult conversation here.
Right.
So if you would show me that confidence, I would appreciate it.
Listen.
Go ahead.
Laughing at a sign.
So,
Um,
can
but
you
as far
promise
as-
me that?
yes.
Please don't.
All right.
All right. I have to live in this town, and I have family members who
Disagree.
Well, something disagree. Maybe they're not as understanding or liberal as I am. You
Right.
know, I understand guns, and there's a time and a place. I grew up with them. You know, it became. I still own them. But I suppose I've never.
But a lot of these,
An assault weapon. I don't currently. Will I buy one? I don't see a need for it.
you own a Grand?
Huh?
Do you own a Grand? A Grand.
Do I? What do you mean by that?
Do you own a rifle called the Grand?
I do not.
Really? Okay. That's interesting.
What
Because
year?
it's a World War II weapon. It was actually used in World War II.
I have guns 1862, 63.
So you got the older.
flintlocks, cap and ball, breech.
Right. Okay.
You know, I also own carbines. Like I said, M1. I have a couple Lugers.
The M1 is a Grand.
Okay.
The
I
M1
didn't
Grand. Okay.
Use that.
Okay. Yeah.
National
once you said the M.
45s.
So, you know, the M1 Grand is actually an assault weapon. It was
Pretty
used in
heavy
war.
assault weapon. I know that. Second World War, Korea.
You know, the AR-10, the AR-15, they aren't used in the military at all. They look like, they don't function like. So, that, I think, a big problem with most of the people over here is they don't actually understand bullet caliber,
Well,
the
don't
amount of
forget,
gunpowder.
It's an emotional gathering for these people, parents and children. And, you know, like you, with a different point of view, what's happening here is what the democracy is about.
You know, we're not actually in a democracy, right?
Huh?
You know, this isn't actually a democracy, right?
Hey, sir.